I've got to share this hack because it makes such a difference when your child is ill. Let's have a look at what I've bought in B&M. I am not feeling brilliant myself. I've just been ill on and off all of November. One thing I do want to share though is how helpful this little sick kid toolkit emergency pack is. Hi guys, Rhi here. Welcome back to my channel. How are we? Can we believe how close Christmas is getting? Oh my goodness. So it's Monday and I've had a really productive day actually. I think some days I feel like, yes, absolutely smashed it, got it loads done. And other days I'm just like, wow, I feel like I've been busy all day, but I must have been a busy fool because I haven't got anything done. So I've been working today on a bit of a project. I guess the cat's out of the bag by the time you guys see this video. The sun has just come out and is doing some really weird things with the shadows. Hang on, let's just move over here. Ah, that's better. I've not got funny lines in my face now. So yeah, the cat's out of the bag. We've got a Disney trip coming up in early 2024. So one of the things I'm working on is something initially I was just going to do for my own kids, and I thought if it goes really well, I can put it into my planner. It's not exactly a planner, but it's kind of. So I'm putting together a kids activity and memory book. So it's like stuff to do on the plane. So it's all the bits from the planner that my children do like filling out on the Disney trips, because you may or may not know, I've got a planner store. So I've got my Organised Life planner, which is the planner I wanted to make for myself, really. These are just things that I want to use in my own life, and I thought that might be helpful to other people too. So I've got the planner, the Organised Life planner, which I just use for day-to-day planning. And yes, to all of you, those of you that were like, Rhi, I want a paper planner, and I was all like, oh, you need a digital one, I'm only a digital planner kind of girl. And yeah, I now 100% use the paper ones. Thank you for making me do that, because actually I prefer it. Anyway, I created magical trip planners for when we go on our Disney trips. There's a Paris one and a generic parks one. The Paris one's just more specific because it talks about like Eurostar and stuff, because that wouldn't be relevant to the other parks. Anyway, there are certain elements to those plans that the children love filling in when we get there, making plans for the days, writing down memories, that kind of stuff. So I'm putting together something just for them with activities to do in the airport and stuff, and then just the pages they want without all the boring ones that us mums and dads have to use about like booking hotels. Like my kids don't care about booking references or prices of whatever, you know, they don't care about that stuff. It's not for them. That's my problem. My problem is to make sure I've taken care of all of that so that they can just enjoy the magic. So I'm putting together a special kiddos one. So I'm hoping that'll be ready quite soon. I mean, maybe it'll be ready by the time this video goes out. Who knows? But anyway, that's what I've been working on today. It's nowhere near ready because there's like the design element, and sometimes I get really stuck before I start a project. I know I've got kind of roughly what I want in it, and then I get massive paralysis by analysis and I can't move forward, and then I get into it and then I get stuck again. I think I'm near it to the end of designing the prototype so I can get printed and have a look at. So fingers crossed I can at least get that sent off to the printers to get one to look at tomorrow. Anyway, it's very nearly time to go and get my kiddos, very, very nearly time. But I just wanted to touch on something very quickly. You may have noticed I've been wearing my hair kind of wavier, bouncier, curlier. When I take it out, I've been doing overnight curls. I used to do it years and years and years ago using a hairband, but I found my hair got really frizzy. And then I invested in one of these, which I'll link this below. And this thing's been a game changer. So you stick it on your head like this and you clip it on. I'm going to look really attractive now. You clip it on like that. I'm not going to do it fully now because I'm off to get my kids. But basically you separate your hair into two halves, attach it like just to keep one side like that, and then you just wrap it round and round and round and round like that so it's tight, and then you sleep in it. And then you wake up in the morning, and I want it to kind of look like a bouncy blow dry, but first thing in the morning it's like full on ringlets, and then it kind of falls into more how I like it through the day. So it came with this like silky sausage thing and two of these silky scrunchies, and the idea is it stops it being so frizzy. And I've got to say, I was really impressed when we went to London for the day. I thought by the end of the day I'd just looked like a frizzy mess, especially since it was raining, but my hair I felt held up pretty well considering. Anyway, then if you saw a recent Primark haul, I bought this. I bought one each for the girls, and I thought, well, that's similar enough, surely. I've got to be honest though, this was cheaper. This was either £3 or £3.50, and this was more, although they are on sale at the moment for Black Friday and holidays and all that kind of stuff. And I will link these below. But I would say this one is so much better than this one. I'm going to show you why. I tried it on the girls, and I don't know if it's the fabric's different. I mean, the fabric feels, you can't tell that from the video, but the fabric feels nicer on this one. The biggest difference, I'm just going to try and illustrate this to you. So you can see this one is a lot thicker. If I squeeze them, this one is very, very squishy. So this one's got like a metal rod through the middle. Can you see if you bend it into place? There's like a very thin metal rod through the middle with some quite soft, squishy sausage stuff. I'm so official. Soft, squishy sausage stuff around the metal rod, and then silky stuff. So you can bend it into whatever shape you want. So at the back of my hair, I can kind of twist this bit and this bit together like that, and it'll stay. Imagine I've got that all wrapped around my head. It'll stay up. Am I making any sense? Anyway, this one, by contrast, is absolutely solid. It's not squishy enough. So no metal rod, or if there's a metal rod, it's so far through this foam, I can't feel it. So this one, when you wrap your hair around it, you can wrap it around quite tight. This one, can you see? It just doesn't go anywhere. There's just not enough squish in it. So the Primark one, if you can get it to work for your hair, if you want to buy one and try one, by all means do. But I tried this on the girls a few times. It just didn't work like this one. So long story short, sometimes the cheapy options are just as good. Sometimes the cheaps are just as good. I have found that this one is so, so much better. It's from a company called Kitsch. And I've also got their scrunchies recently, because what I've been doing is when I'm tying my hair up, if it's raining to do the school run and I'm having to put my hair under a hood, I'm just sticking it in a bun like this. And that way it stops it getting so frizzy. So if your hair's going under a hood anyway, and then when you get back into the dry, you can kind of shake it down and it's still got a bit of oomph in it. Because I find if my hair gets actually wet, it goes from oomphy or curly or bouncy blow dry to just frizzy crazy. So these scrunchies are supposed to be, you know, anti-frizz, anti-dent, all that kind of stuff. And I really, really like them. Haven't been a scrunchie girl for many years, and I'm a convert again. Anyway, on that note, I'm off to go and get my kiddos and hopefully stay dry. Morning, guys, on this lovely sunny morning. Can we quite believe it? It's not raining. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Anyway, I am about to go and have a lash lift. If you don't remember from way back when, I used to have individual lash extensions, which were great because you'd wake up and like I felt like I didn't even need makeup because I felt kind of done because I had long lifted lovely eyelashes. But it's quite high maintenance to stay on top of. You've got to go every 2 to 3 weeks, they say, but really every 2 weeks if you want to really keep on top of them. It's quite high maintenance. So I switched to having a lash lift, which is where it basically, obviously it can't add any length, but it curls your eyelashes. It's like a perm for eyelashes, so it curls your eyelashes. I'll show you when I come out so you can see the difference. And they also tint them. Now my lashes are pretty much very dark anyway because I've got dark hair, so that's not too much of an issue. But the lift, because my hair does not do this naturally, it's not naturally curly. My eyelashes are not naturally curly. My best friend's her hair's naturally curly and her eyelashes naturally do that. Always been jealous of those people. Anyway, so these are my like totally natural eyelashes. I do use that eyelash growth serum, which I feel has really, really helped. But anyway, this will just kind of make them do this. I won't be able to wear mascara for 24 hours, but they'll look kind of more like up when I come out. So I will show you in a little bit. So I'm going to go and have that done now and then head back and hopefully carry on with some work. Although we have been having massive internet issues, so I might just have to spend some time on the phone to the internet provider trying to fix that, because obviously with my job it's a little bit of a problem if I can't get online. Well, I've been back for quite some time from having my lashes done, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see much difference, but I haven't got any mascara on still. But whereas earlier today they were just sort of straight, now my lashes are kind of doing that a bit more. When I put mascara on tomorrow, I can't put any on for 24 hours, you'll see a bit of the difference. It's just basically like curling your lashes. So if you were to just curl your lashes and not stick mascara on, it wouldn't look as oomphy, would it? But that's not the problem. That's fine, that's all done. The problem is our Wi-Fi, our internet is not interneting. It is not. Last night, it decided to kick off all our devices and say that the passwords were wrong. So, don't know what that is. So we had a different router. We've plugged a different router in, and and it's saying the password's wrong on there. So it can't be both routers. It must be something to do with the internet juices. Maybe. I don't know how to fix it. It's difficult because my entire, you know, everything I do for work is online, as is most people's. I mean, how do people cope without the internet these days? I've been on to our internet provider, who can't send you one out for 2 days. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Tried everything I can think of. I'm reasonably computer literate. You know, I spend my whole time editing on computers, working on websites, and pretty computer savvy. Most people in my life, if are having a technical computer issue, will ask me. But when it comes to setting up Wi-Fi networks and networking printers and things, I've got to admit I'm a bit lost. It's like I can drive the car, but I can't pop the bonnet and fix the car underneath. I can just do the, you know, computer stuff, but not the under the hood stuff. My husband's normally pretty good with the networking-y stuff, even though he can barely turn on the computer. So between us, we've normally got it covered. He's stumped too. So I have got to go and get the children pretty shortly, and I've achieved almost nothing today, having had a really productive day yesterday. I'm feeling a little frustrated, if I'm honest, because I still got a list of stuff I needed to do today, a list of stuff that I would have easily fit into my allotted time coming back from my appointment. And instead I've been on the phone to the internet people and banging my head against a wall. So never mind, let's keep smiling. I have to go and get the children now, and then it's the joy of swimming night. Oh, fun. Yay. Just before I go and get the kids from school, I'm just checking everything is in the swimming bag, so we've got to leave pretty quickly afterwards. So Will's bag is there. He goes into the boys' change room. The girls come in with me, so they've got towel each. One of these hair towels to put their hair up and out the way, especially important when it's cold. So there's 2 of those, and clean pants. They go to the pool already in a bather, and then they just put a onesie over the top, and then they all wear what they call muffin boots. That's not the real name of them. My children just call them muffin boots. They're like UGG type style boots. They've got goggles each. In here, this is like a little wet bag I had from when I did cloth nappies. There's shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in there. And then these, I bought my own because they've never got any at the pool. And then you've got to take your shoes off, and it's quite grim. But you're allowed to wear shoes as long as you put these shoe covers on. So I've got some of those. So the girls are going to put that on. Will just changes at the pool. It's a bit more straightforward for him. The girls like to change before we go. Will's lesson also starts a couple of minutes later than the girls anyway. So that stuff's all ready to go. And then over the top of all that, they wear their dry robes. These things are great. I've got one for doing the school run as well. They're meant for changing after water sports and things, I think, but they're just great for hiding from the weather and staying nice and snuggly. And this is my dry robe. I've had lots of questions about this on Instagram. It's so massive. This is a size small. I mean, I'm only 5'4", but it just covers everything, and I really do stay quite dry and warm in this thing when the weather is pretty unforgiving. And I think looking out the window, it's going to be pretty grim now, so I'm going to wear this. It is huge. I feel a bit like Zara dressed up in one of my coats, but I'm totally here for it because I am all about just staying warm and dry. Staying warm and dry on the school run. My auntie actually bought me this as an early Christmas present, but she thought it was silly staying soaked until Christmas and thought I could just have it now. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. I'm just gonna like go and get the kids now. Well, I didn't end up going swimming, and neither did Zara. Poor little thing. I picked her up from school. She said, "Mummy, I'm so cold." I thought, oh, it is cold, but I instantly just went to fever, temperature, got her home, and sure enough, 39.1 temp. So my husband took the other 2 swimming, and it's just a case of trying to get Zara's temperature levelled off so it doesn't spike massively. You may remember we had a bit of a scare earlier in the year where it was the first temperature she'd had of an illness, and she had a febrile convulsion. They then were questioning, was it febrile or was it epilepsy? Epilepsy was ruled out. None of the... Regardless, it was very scary. So I've put her to sleep in my bed. I'm just going to go up and stay there with her, and so I can keep an eye on her overnight. And my husband's volunteered to sleep in her room. Otherwise I'd just be up all night or sleeping on the floor in her room. Still a little bit paranoid after that little incident. I'm now going to go and sit with her and just check on her, really. And I've got to be honest, I am not feeling brilliant myself. My chest feels really tight. I normally get really dodgy tonsils, and I've just been ill on and off all of November. I've had like a couple of days feeling alright, and then again. And during the day today and yesterday I felt fine, and then as soon as the darkness comes, I was like, it's quite early, but I think as soon as Zara's asleep, I'm gonna go to sleep too. Good morning. In the words of the oh so famous song, "Oh What a Night," but not a good way. Zara had raging temperatures in the night, and suffice to say I did not get a great deal of sleep. And to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit grim myself, so which doesn't help. She slept in our bed with me, and my husband was in her room, so at least I wasn't up and down and back and forth, and at least he got an undisturbed night as well, so that's something. But I am pleased to announce that I just took her temperature, and it is actually a normal temperature. Now, she's still got meds in her system, but overnight, even with medication, and yesterday actually, the medication wasn't actually bringing her temperature down. So I think we're moving in the right direction. Suffice to say, she's home with me today, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done. Lots of cuddling and making sure she's okay, making sure she's hydrating. It's just going to have to be one of those days. My husband has taken the other ones to school, so I don't have to drag her out in the cold and the rain, which is the last thing you want to do when they're ill. So I'm now going to try and pull myself together and make myself feel a bit more human, and accept that I'm on nursing my sick child mode today, full mummy mode. I'm not going to be as productive as I was planning to be, and that's just like going to have to be okay. One thing I do want to share though is how helpful this little sick kid toolkit, emergency pack, whatever you want to call it, is. And it's just a few little bits I put together. I think this was just some random bag. I think it had sunscreen or something in it, but I just put everything in this, so any old zippy bag will do to hold it all together. First thing is the printable for medications, and on these I just record the dates, the temperatures they've had, what medication they've had, and any symptoms. And that way, if you are sharing care of your child with somebody, everyone can remember what they had, when they had it. And if you're having to speak to a doctor or something, you've got all the information right there. You can also take a photo of that if you need to send it to someone or whatever. In here, I have got multiple syringes for various medications. I've normally got the Nurofen ones as well that come with these medications. I save them every time, because every time you buy a bottle of Calpol or Nurofen, it comes with a syringe. The Nurofen ones are orange, and I tend to use the purple ones with Calpol and the orange ones with Nurofen. It doesn't really matter, other than I can then see, if I'm feeling a bit brainless because I'm tired, because I've been up all night with the children, I can see, hang on, which dirty syringes are there, and that way if I've forgotten to write it down, I know what they've had. So the reason I keep so many of these syringes is because I don't like the idea of double dipping them, because even if your child isn't especially ill, so they've just hurt their hand or something, as opposed to they've got germs, you put it in their mouth, which is saliva, then if that then goes with saliva on it, germs, saliva, whatever, back into the bottle, you're introducing germs into the bottle, which are sitting there and festering until next time your child is ill, and then you stick a clean syringe in, and it's just germs and germs going around in circles. So we only put a clean syringe in, and then that gets washed, and then if they need 2 doses, then the next clean syringe goes in. Hope that makes sense. That's basically the reason we keep so many syringes. These are just a small portion of them. Oh, there you go, there is a Nurofen one. There's an orange Nurofen one. But we do also have a massive box of them in the kitchen downstairs. Bought so much Calpol and Nurofen over the years, then we should probably just have chairs in them. So I have these bottles, and I keep them in another, like inside another thing. I think this was in the pound shop or something. Just if it was to leak, it wouldn't leak all over everything. And then of course, thermometer and replaceable inner ear thingies. And I just keep all that together, and that lives in a drawer in my bedroom. And when the children then are ill in the night or whatever it might be, I know exactly where everything is to grab. I don't have to go hunting around the house. And then I do keep a pen in the kit as well, just so I've got something to write on the medication chart. These medication printables you can grab. They're free when you get my Ultimate Mum bundle, which you get when you join my email club, which is also free. So I'll put all the details for that below. There's just all these printables and a lot more, but this one specifically, I always just like to have a few of those printed out for as and when we need them. Poor little Zara's not right at all. She actually just dozed off and I was all nap trapped, which was kind of lovely because that doesn't happen much when they're not babies anymore. But not lovely because I don't want her to be ill. You know what I mean? It's obviously not lovely she's ill. It's just lovely that she fell asleep on me. Anyway, I now just need to just stick on a bit of mascara to look a tiny bit more awake. And I thought I would show you my latest discovery actually. So my favourite high street mascara for quite some time has been this Sky High Maybelline Lash Sensational. But I've recently discovered the undercoat, is it called undercoat? A primer version of it. So these two, I'm just going to do one eye then the other eye to show you, because obviously I had the LVL yesterday. So these are my eyelashes, naturally with nothing on them at all. I always try and wipe off the end of the brush because otherwise I get gunk everywhere. This is still dark, even though it's a primer. Some primers are white, so it is kind of a coloured primer, but it is not as dark as the mascara. So I've been experimenting with it and I do like it. Okay, there you go. So that's one eye with no mascara at all, one eye with just primer. And now top coat, the actual mascara. I'm just chuffed if it's a day I don't manage to poke myself in the eye or get mascara blobbed on the rest of my face. I have got a tiny bit blobbed up there. I'll have to get off the combo, but there you go. One eye with mascara, one eye without. I gotta say, I'm really liking this combo right now. All right, I'm gonna stick some on the other eye. Then I got something else to show you. Okay, so that's mascara done. Looking slightly more awake, even if I'm not feeling it. So as you know, I've been wearing my hair kind of curly with the Heatless curls. I've been using this Heatless curler and I loved it so much that I've ordered another few bits and pieces from the brand. First thing I got is this satin pillowcase. Apparently it's to stop your hair getting so frizzy at night. I did take it out of the box yesterday because it said to be washed before use. And this is it. It's a zip closure. I'm going to try this and report back. But anything that can mean less frizz, less having to style my hair, more it looking kind of smooth. I'm already quite pleased with how it's looking, just curling it around this, to be honest. If anything, it's a bit too curly. I almost need to let it out earlier in the day so that it falls out. I almost want it more like big bouncy blow dry than actual ringlets. And I'm kind of preferring it towards the end of the day rather than at the beginning of the day. So maybe I'll start taking it out earlier. Or what I might be able to do is sleep with it curled up in one of these. I bought this pack of satin pillow scrunchies. I thought maybe the night I wash it, I could curl it properly. And then I could use one of these. Oh my goodness, wow, they're huge. Ah, they're huge. So this one's kind of a goldy brown colour. The reason I bought them is because they've got this Disney print on them. These are really padded and luxurious. I think the idea is you just pile your hair on top of your head once you've curled it, and then the subsequent night you just sleep with it like that. And then maybe that would keep it curly. So maybe the second day it would be less ringlety, more big bouncy bow dry. The other thing I've discovered on the website since placing this order actually, so I might still get one to try, is they do an extra large version of the curler for bigger waves. So I might try one of those, but I have got a discount code that you can use if you are picking up any of these little bits, and they've got lots of deals on leading up to Christmas. But I've got to say, these are massive and lovely. I've already got some of their smaller scrunchies, but these pillow scrunchies, very cool. And then the last thing I got was this, which is the Disney version. I had to of this. I wanted to, because we are going on a big trip in January. Hint, 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 hint. It might be a Disney trip. I just wanted something to pack so that I can use this at home. And it's just like toothbrushes and chargers and things. I don't want to be having to pack anything in the morning and forgetting it before a trip. So I can put that directly into the case to use while we're away if I want to curl my hair while we're away. This is the Disney version of the Heatless curls. So it's got this kind of bronzy set of scrunchies, and look, it's got princesses all down the tubing. So it's basically exactly the same as this, but a different pattern, but one that I can pack in my case. So excited to use that. Quite pleased with these. That's so massive. But I guess it would if I piled all my hair up in that to sleep in it. Let's try it, hang on. Yeah, if I piled my hair up like that to sleep in it, I don't think I'd have to use, that's an excellent look there, Ree. I don't think I'd have to use this on the second night. I could probably just leave it up like that and it would stay kind of curled. The other thing that would be kind of good for is if you'd had a bouncy blow dry or you had curled it with your hair with an actual curler, then you could use that to keep the curls in a little bit longer. Slight change of plan now. Thought Zaza was doing a lot better, but I feel like she's going downhill a bit. So I've managed to get an appointment for a few minutes' time in the doctor's. So we're just going to get you checked out just to be safe, aren't we, Zaza? She's not impressed with me, but it's for the best. I just feel good if they didn't do it earlier, but then earlier she really seemed to be improving and her fever went, so... Okay, right, let's just go and see what the doctor says and then we'll... Okay, well...
I don't want to even step my tiniest bit of my foot in.
Okay, well, we'll have a think. Zara was good as gold in the doctor's, weren't you, darling? Very good girl. The doctor has given her antibiotics just in case it is... She said she can't actually hear anything specific and there's too much wax in her ear to see what's going on in there. But because she had that febrile convulsion earlier this year, she just wants to err on the side of caution, and I'm all for that. So I feel really awful now that I didn't bring her early this morning, but this morning she really was perking up, and if she'd brought her to the doctors with no fever, then they would have wondered why I was here. So I guess it's just one of those things with kids, isn't it, where you just got to kind of closely monitor and just see how it goes. So let's go and pick up your prescription, madam. And I think we've got to stock up on a bit more Calpol and Nurofen as well. Oh, what a night we had again, didn't we, Zaza? Poor little baby. We're just going to be mostly catched up here, aren't we, for today? Zara's temperatures last night were 40 plus, so that was not much fun, was it? Not much fun at all. And I coughed most of the night as well, so we're a right pair. Poor baby. So I've just been attempting to sit here, laptop and things, cuddling, try and get some work done. I think we're going to close the curtains now. You said you quite fancied actually having a nap, don't you? So that's a good idea. The guy coming to fix the internet, excuse me, is coming later, but apparently he's not going to be here for quite a while, so you should be able to have a nap undisturbed, so that'll be nice. So before we do that, I'm just going to, she's just had her temperature, which is up again, and medication, but I just want to show you very quickly. I've got to share this hack because it makes such a difference when your child is ill, especially when your brain is foggy and you can't remember what your name is, let alone how many doses of antibiotics they've had. You just stick a sticker on the antibiotics, mark out the doses they need, cross them off as they have them. That means everyone taking care of your child is on the same page. You're not second guessing if they had it, if they're not had it, you know how many days are left. My brain at the best of times needs stuff like this to keep on top of things, but especially when I'm sleep deprived. As you can tell, my voice is somewhat peculiar. I'm not what you might describe as fighting fit myself, so I am going to stop talking now. Cuddle Zara in. Should we shut these curtains, Zaza? Let me shut the curtains for you. Is that better? I'm going to come and snuggle in. And hopefully you can wake up feeling a bit better. Poor baby. Well, we had another somewhat challenging night, didn't we, baby girl? Not feeling great. I think you've picked up a tiny bit today, haven't you? Do you think? Looking a bit sorry for yourself now. Is your temperature going back up? Maybe. I think I'll take your temperature again. So you had nearly 41 degree temperature in the night. We just need this illness to go away now, don't we? Go away, stinky poo germs. Yeah, so she did have no temperature about an hour ago. So I think we need to take your temperature again, see if you need some more medication. I am not feeling the best. I've coughed all night. I'm too tired to even put on my makeup today. And my voice sounds like this. It sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? My voice doesn't sound weird. Doesn't sound weird. Oh, so it is nice having cuddles, isn't it? But are you ready to be better now? Yeah. How are we feeling today? We're doing it with thumbs. Thumbs down still. Oh no. Oh, how is Bunny feeling? She's all right. I'm really glad Bunny's okay. Well, something pretty amazing has happened. Look at Zara. She's smiling and back to being bouncy again. So your temperature was a lot better overnight. Little bit of a temperature this morning, and then suddenly it's like it just lifted. Yeah, it's like it just lifted. So I'm still full of cold, but I've shaken myself. And today, what were we planning on doing today, kids?
Going to see Lash.
And what are you now feeling well enough to do?
Wow. To see it.
You'll go and see it, I know. So how excited is everyone?
So excited. I just really want to know what the storyline's like because we have no clue except for the songs. And
we have got some clues because William's been piecing them together.
Well, can you say your theory, please?
Okay, we're going to do pretend. These are not spoilers. These are our theories of spoilers. So if you want to skip ahead, I'm going to put a spoiler alert here. The girls are wearing lilac, just like Asher, the main character. I have got a red jumper. Why is that, girls?
Because Dahlia, Asher's best friend,
with a red dress. Yes. So that'll have to do, won't it? Well, what do you think it's about before we go?
Well, piecing it all together, there's like the songs. You can kind of understand their meanings, and then the trailer's basically saying find Asher. Asher's somehow a criminal.
Right, okay.
And
it's something to do with there's a kingdom where there's a king that takes people's wishes and then grants some of them, but not many. And he's actually evil, even though they love him.
He granted 14 apparently, according to the song.
And Zara's looking forward to. There's a bit in the trailer where the chickens like super poop eggs. That made her laugh so hard.
And then
blogging the
she was like, put it on again. And she was,
I think the king
rolling around.
the king thinks Asher's like. Well, the king thinks someone's threatened her by creating the wish across the sky when she sung this wish, and then star comes down.
Yeah.
So we saw,
and then there's a revolution with the king. That's my theory.
It all looks very exciting. So shall we go to the cinema and see what it's all about?
Yeah!
I'm just so glad she's feeling better, and I'm getting there. So guys, before we buckle in and drive home, what do we all think of Wish?
It was
really good.
I loved it.
It was really clever merge of all the different realms of story.
Yeah, agreed. And we're going to do spoilers here, I'm afraid. There are going to be spoilers, so...
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Just be warned, this is a spoiler section.
So we're gonna spoil
the best character, the goat. Followed by the star.
Valentino.
Yeah, the goat.
Yeah, the goat. It was hilarious. He was like, I can't swim, and then he hopped in the water, and then he was like,
Who knew my voice would be this low?
Who knew my voice would be this low?
And he was like 1, 2, and then he said this like, I don't know.
Thing. Yeah, and then he was like, shut up. Oh, I was just practicing. I loved all the Easter eggs they had. They did a bit where she went whoosh up, and it was very Cinderella's dress, transformation Easter egg.
The mushroom said, it was a Frozen reference.
They were, there was a Frozen reference in there for that. I just thought it was wonderful. And I absolutely loved at the very end. Well, actually, the pre
I liked it when he actually showed that he was a villain.
Yeah, that was excellent. But I was just going to say, the pre-film Disney advert made me cry. The Disney 100 made me cry like a baby. But then at the very end, I love, make sure you stay all the way to the end, because there is a little very, very short end credit bit, which was just so beautiful. And as the credits are going up, they showed all of the characters from all the films throughout Disney, starting at the beginning, working their way through year after year. And I knew they were in consecutive years, because I remember it was Little Mermaid, then Beauty and the Beast, then Aladdin, because that was like my era. That's when I was going to watch them in the cinema when I was little.
Like Treasure Planet, which just weren't as popular.
No, but they were in order. They were part of the sequence. So they were in there, and I thought that was beautiful. Loved it though. Just loved it. Anyway, kiddos, strap yourself in. Mummy's going to drive the car. I'm just thrilled that we actually got to see that, mainly because even last night, even this morning, I couldn't have imagined Zara being well enough to go, and I'm just thrilled that she's well enough. How are you feeling, Zaza? She's feeling perfect. Just so relieved it went from like ill, can't imagine it's ever going to get better, to woof, lifted, gone, as if by magic.
I'm a star.
I'm a star. Just popped into B&M, literally not even got a basket, so we're not getting much, but we have spotted this. Bella's room, what do you think?
Yes.
Bella's and we're doing your room next, aren't we? We're doing your room after that, so then we'll figure out. We haven't quite decided what we're doing about your room. Maybe the purple one. You think maybe the lilac? Okay. So can you carry that to the towel? Can you carry that? Can you carry that? Because we haven't got any hands. Can you carry anything? Do you like the lilac one? Well, I've got some different ideas for your room. That might be. There might be some more severe moving around, some more building type moving around. Might be involving Daddy totally rebuilding and recarpeting your room. Zara, do you mean this?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh my goodness, I need it now.
You need that. Is it big enough? Simply Kids Teddy Throw.
Oh no, is this?
Because you want
Mommy,
pink
can
and
I just
lilac
bring it
for your.
home,
You love
please?
pink and lilac. Is that the right? I think that's the right colour, isn't it?
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Can we
we're gonna
always
base.
bring it back?
So we can always bring it back. There
Yeah.
we
Can
go.
we bring it home?
Yeah. Okay. So you want your room to be pink and this colour, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I have always fancied one of these.
What is that?
Feel.
Is it a rug?
Yes. But I don't know if it's too big for your room. What size is it?
Guess how
Large. See, that's a bit big. That's 100 by 150. I think that's too
Fold
big.
it in
but
half.
you can't fold a rug in half.
Guess
You can now.
how
Big that is it so fluffy? It's so fluffy.
If we get the quilt, then we can get a matching pillow.
You need the matching pillow.
Yeah,
Is it the right size, the right colour though?
a matching pillow, I have to find a matching. I think this one's slightly lighter.
See, this one's smaller, but I don't know if it's the right colour. That's not as. That's too peachy, isn't it?
What about and it's not also as fluffy.
Oh, that's a bit woolly. No, I'm not so fussed on that. This is
Yeah,
soft.
but that's like the one in the lounge.
A bit. Well, that's like the pink one, but in grey. What do you think?
Yeah? Okay. I mean, it's 130, 160, so that would go way over the sides of my bed.
Is that what you want,
Well,
or more for like snuggling underneath? Or do you not need one? What do you think?
I don't need one.
You don't need one.
Yeah.
You can have one if you'd like one. But like I said, we've got. If we're redoing your bed, it's going to be like move the wardrobe, move everything, move the built-in stuff, and rebuild.
Building?
I know. Luckily, Daddy can do that.
Let's have a look at what I've bought in B&M. So the kids and I popped into B&M. Literally, we were only supposed to be buying biscuits for a little dancing party we were going to go to. But obviously, you can't go into B&M for one thing. So I thought if we have a trolley, we will end up with 2 trolleys. We have a basket, we'll end up with more stuff than we can carry. So we've literally got all we could carry. Please tell me I'm not the only one that has this problem in B&M with going in for one thing and coming out with way too much. First of all, the things we actually went in for, which were these biscuits. I actually got 2 packs of them. We just have to take some bits to a party for the girls dancing, and who doesn't love Fox's biscuits? I mean, I flipping love these things. And then the kids wanted to choose some biscuits for us at home. So initially, the girls fancied these Fox's biscuits. They actually fancied those for the party, but there's just hardly any in these. So there's like, I think there's 2 per thing. So it's like 2, 4, 6, 8 biscuits. That's not very much. That's barely going to last us as a family, you know, one session, let alone a party. But yummy. These are the super thick chocolatey ones, and these are with a hint of orange in the chocolate. Yum. Then Will, who's obsessed with Oreos, chose these, which look really good. They look like they've got a gooey, creamy filling, and they're cookies and they're Oreo, and I'm sure they're going to be gorgeous. Then we went down the homeware aisle, which is perhaps always a mistake. And I have actually ordered a new bed for Bella's room. If you saw a little speed clean with me, you will have heard me discussing her bedroom and how we're going to... So I've ordered an ottoman bed for her bedroom, which will fit in that gap, because the bed she's got at the moment isn't quite long enough mattress-wise, and we've sort of got wasted space with a footboard, and obviously there's not any storage under it. So this bed is coming. I'm hoping that this throw will go over the end of it and will match, because look how gorgeous this is. This was just £16. It says it's got a thermal lining. Aspen faux fur throw, and it's 130 by 160 centimetres. This is, I can't tell you how soft this is. It's very similar to the blanket that we use in the living room, which I bought in the range back in late 2019, very early 2020, and I love, and they were definitely more than this. Gorgeous. They also had these in grey, which I may pick up in the future when we tackle William's room. William's room's going to be a lot more of a jig around if and when we tackle that. It's possible that we're going to be having to move his built-in wardrobe and rebuild it somewhere else, totally move the bed. So that's going to be more than just buying new furniture and rearranging it kind of project. That's going to be like knocking things down and recarpeting and all sorts. So at the moment, I asked Will, did he want one of these for his existing room? He's like, nah. He's like, nah, not first, thanks. But there is a grey one that if he's got a different bed that like fits it better, I could get for him. Didn't see a lilac one. Zara's obsessed with lilac. She wants pink and lilac in her room. But we did find this, which isn't nearly as big. This is 100 centimetres by 120 centimetres, and it's very different. This is more like a teddy throw, whereas this is like a faux fur. But both girls are really, really, really keen and excited for these. And then I also got, like on the way to the till purchase, these cushion covers, which these were a 2-pack, 43 centimetres by 43 centimetres. £6 for 2 cushion covers. I've got a couple of cushions that don't really match with their rooms or anything, that this would like tie in, I thought, a bit more with this and just go nicely to finish off. Maybe one, both for Bella's room, maybe one for Bella's, one for Zara's. So Zara's room isn't urgent to tackle furniture wise because her bed is longer. Bella's bed doesn't currently extend to the full size in her room. But to be honest, if it all goes well in Bella's room, I might be quite keen to do similar in Zara's room. And I think she wants lilac and pink. I've got in my head like a pink and lilac duvet cover, like lilac with pink hearts or pink with lilac hearts or something like that, or pink and lilac flowers. Something cutesy and very Zara. So if you've seen anything anywhere that there is a duvet cover of kind of these two colours, do let me know in the comments where you've seen one, because that's the kind of thing I'm looking at for Zara. Bella's pink all the way. Zara wants lilac and pink, so do let me know if you've seen any of that anywhere, and I shall go and pick one up. Thanks so much for tuning in to another weekly vlog. Don't forget to check out my Patreon for some early release content. Check out a video on screen now that YouTube thinks you might like, as well as my latest video, and I shall see you guys over there. Mwah. Bye!